Hi there, welcome to my views and news. One new story that is from Eritrea, where emergency 3 day long meeting has been held. Exclusive information for you. Military making some big decisions. PFDJ, People's Front for Democracy and Justice, leaders and military commanders held a meeting which went on for 3 days. It was about Ethiopia. It was about tension between the two countries. What happened? What was decided? Before that, an announcement. After around 45 minutes, I'll be back with tonight's live chat. This week's second live chat. We have 3 live chats a week: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And tonight I have an exclusive news story for you for this live chat. It is about Ethiopian PM, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, who is uh, who has adopted a policy, uh, obviously not made public. Unofficially, this policy has been adopted. It is being followed now. The policy is about Tigray, Amhara, Eritrea, and Oromia. Is it linked to the general election which is going to be held after a year almost? And can this strategy adopted by PM Abiy's government work or not? Well, a detailed look at the strategy. I'll take your questions and comments too. Coming back to this video, the bilateral tension between Eritrea and Ethiopia is not a secret. Sources from both sides are confirming it. When Eritrea banned Ethiopian airlines last year, that was a clear sign of worsening bilateral relations. And then Ethiopia started publicly organizing Eritrean opposition groups. The opposition groups then publicly said that they were going to launch an armed movement against Issasewe government from the Ethiopian Afar region. And for the first time in almost 2 years, we saw a long statement, 10-point long statement by Eritrean Ministry of Information, which responded to an article written by former president of Ethiopia, Mulatu Teshome, who is an advisor to the Ethiopian PM. So what we report in terms of bilateral tensions are not stories, are not made up stories, but tension is real. Though we can interpret this tension in different ways. Some go to the extent of claiming that war is imminent. I have my views which are a little different. I spoke in detail in last night's live chat. People asked questions about if war is imminent or not. I spoke in detail. You can watch last night's live chat. Tension real. That is why obviously preparations are there too. No preparations for war. It's not that military ENDF and EDF are marching towards borders, that weapon systems are being sent to borders. No. Eritrean military held a meeting for 3 days in Asmara. By the way, it's always difficult to get information from Eritrea because it's a very tightly controlled country where nothing comes out. One radio station, one television channel, one newspaper, all owned by the government. No independent media. That is why it's difficult to get information. We have to rely on sources. And Yemane Gebremeskel issue statements on topics of his choice, of government's choice. And you cannot trust the statements of Yemane Gebremeskel written government. For 3 days, military held a meeting in Asmara. Top military commanders participated. Minister of Information, Yumana Gebremeskel participated. Representatives, heads of Eritrean 6 regions were there too. Gash, Berka, Anbisa, Northern Red Sea, Southern Red Sea, Southern region, Central region. Representatives of the 6 regions, PFDJ people were there too. Meeting began on Tuesday, last Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The meeting ended on Thursday, reportedly. Key decisions have been made. One of the decisions is not new. I did a video on that a few days ago, that reservists, veterans, demobilized EDF members are being recalled. They have been told to report at their units. Why? Because their presence, their existence is being verified. And they might have to undergo some refresher courses, training, military training. Why? Because they have been out of service for some time, and military wants to ensure that they're in a position to be launched if anything untoward happen in terms of war. That is why these veterans, male, female, etc., they might have to undergo military training. Their presence is being confirmed. Ban on the movement of people, youths from the country without approval from the government, already reported. Thirdly, Eritreans in Eritrea and abroad, they are going to be mobilized. You could see protests by Eritrean pro-government community, diaspora community, different parts of the world against Ethiopia in support of Eritrean government. In Eritrea as well, you could see protests. Protests against war, protests against Ethiopia. Thirdly, social media campaigns going to be launched. This age is age of information war as well. It's not that wars are being fought with weapons. Wars are being fought with the help of social media too. So Eritrean assets in social media, they're going to be activated to share posts in support of Eritrea against Ethiopian government. Basically, a campaign, social media campaign is going to be launched by Eritrean government to portray Ethiopia as anti-peace, to claim that Eritrea is waging war, that Ethiopia is anti-Eritrea, it is anti-peace. The target of this campaign is Ethiopian government. Purpose to portray Ethiopian government as if it is fueling a conflict in the Horn of Africa. Mulatu Teshome wrote an article for Al Jazeera claiming that Eritrea is stoking a conflict in northern Ethiopia. Now you could see articles written by Eritrean assets too, sharing Eritrean position that it is Ethiopia which is planning to wage war on Eritrea. Basically, an information offensive is going to be launched by the Eritrean government, by its assets. Not directly by Eritrean government, but the people backed by Eritrean government, activists, journalists, celebrities, they will be part of this information war against the Ethiopian government. Military commanders have been told to be alert, to be fully prepared. They have been told to keep their soldiers in ready position. Regional, 6 regional heads have been told to take the people into confidence, to monitor their regions closely, because after the announcement by Brigadier Hamadu and Eritrean Far National Congress to wage armed struggle against Eritrean government from a far region of Ethiopia, concerns are being expressed by Eritrean government officials that these Ethiopia-based Eritrean opposition groups, they'll try to make inroads into Eritrea. The Eritrean regional governments will have to be very vigilant so that Brigade Hamidou ENC don't get a foothold in Eritrea, especially the Eritrean region where a support is located, where definitely ENC and Brigade Hamidou will try to gain a foothold. The decisions have been made, defensive decisions mainly. The launch of information war, media war is an offensive decision, but it's not offensive in terms of launch of a full-scale armed conflict. Basically, both sides are uh, preparing themselves for the worst. Eritrean activists are very active. Eritrea has managed to organize its activists, just like it has organized its diaspora community too. They have presence in social media too. If I share any post which is critical of Eritrean government, you will immediately see Eritrean government-backed activists, journalists, and social media users criticize me. Whoever criticizes the Eritrean government, no matter how fair the criticism is, these government-backed people just react and they start attacking that post, the individual behind that post. So this social media army of EDF, of Eritrean government, is going to be launched against Ethiopia. Let's see what happens. Don't forget to join me after 45 minutes. Big news for you from Ethiopia. Abiy is making big decisions. He wants a term, no matter what the cost is, but no matter how many divisions he is creating, but he wants another term. And I think he has adopted a policy, a strategy. Will it work? We'll have a look at this question in the live chat. Thank you for watching.